Hello, my friend. Welcome to your weekly sales supercharge. So as I'm recording this, it's something I was like, I've got to get done right now at this time of the day. And the Instacart gods are delivering food outside the door. Dog is barking. So if there's background noise, I apologize. It is what it is. We are all about getting things done here at She Sells. And so I wanted to come to you with this topic today because I think this is so important and also so timely, which is how do you set your Q3 goals? We're right about to go into third quarter, which is so crazy to me. And I know you've probably got a process that you use for setting your goals, but I want to ask you, how well is it working and how much are you actually accomplishing them? Like, as you look back at second quarter, did you dazzle yourself with what you did versus your goals? Or did you find that you kept saying, oh, well, it's just not going to happen this time? Or maybe you didn't even have goals to start with. But here's what I wanted to share with you. These are some tips that have worked really well for me. They work for my clients to help you not only set and achieve goals, but actually make that quantum leap forward momentum over the next 3 months so that you can look back and be so proud of what you did in third quarter. Number one, set a goal that's going to stretch you. And so when you set a goal, if you already know how you're going to get there, it's really not, in my opinion, a goal worth going for, because the point of a goal is not actually the achievement of the goal. If you've ever done anything, I was working with a client this week who had literally just climbed a mountain the past weekend on an endurance challenge. And we talked about how satisfied was she with that? And was she already thinking about what's next? And 100% she was already thinking about what's next. And there's nothing wrong with her. It's just that as humans, we are wired for expansion. So you're going to set and achieve a goal, and then you're going to be looking to what's next. And it's never about the actual goal being achieved. It's who do you become in the process? So when you're setting a goal, if you know how to get there, it's probably not a big enough goal. So I want you to set a goal for third quarter that would make you so proud, so accomplished feeling, and not like you're not setting the goal in the mindset of I'm only worthy if I hit this, because that's not how we create at She Sells, right? It's like we're always creating from that place of wholeness and worthiness and validating ourselves regardless of how much money we make and what our sales are. But it's setting that goal that's in alignment with that person who has what you want and does what you want, and then stretching yourself into that goal. The second thing is, I get asked a lot, like, how do you prioritize your actions and your activities towards your goal? And I was working with a client on our 10K club group call this week where she said, and this is common too, like, I find this happens a lot when you start really studying this material. And I hear this a lot from my women in the program is, oh my gosh, like so many good things are happening all at once. And I feel like there's so many opportunities stacking up. How do I know what to act on first? And so here's what I would say towards that is I like to work in 90-day chunks. I feel like 90 days is like long enough that you can get a lot done, but also short enough that you're staying you're staying close to your goal, if that makes sense. But what I would do, and I'm actually looking at a whiteboard in my office right now while I record this, is I would block out the next 90 days. So I've got a flip chart in my office. At the top, I have 3 different categories. I have business, I have family, and I have health. And then running down the left-hand side, I've got the next 3 months mapped out. So I've got July, August, September. And then across each of those, like I've got an overarching Q3 goal in each area. And then across each of those, I kind of just reverse engineered it to say what would need to happen in June, July, and then August in each of those areas for that Q3 goal to be accomplished by the end of the quarter. And give yourself, I would say, like 1 to 3 key priorities per month in each of those areas, just to keep it simple and to keep you focused. And so that should help with the figuring out like what comes first, what comes second, what comes third. And I think the third step is just really remembering with goal setting. And when you're making that quantum leap, you get to be attached to what, but not how, and also not when. And so this is where I want you to be mindful of with your energy too, looking at these goals as if they've already happened, feeling that gratitude for the goals as if it's already done, showing up as that person now as if it's already done. Because if we keep feeling like this is happening in the future, you're actually creating that energetic separation between you and your goal. And so if you're waiting for the goal to be achieved to feel abundant, worthy, successful, etc., you're going to make it take longer than it needs to. And because every seed has a gestation period, we don't fully control the deadline on all of these. So you're setting these targets with an idea in mind of, I think this is when it's going to happen. This is when I'd like for it to happen. But if it doesn't happen by that date, it just means you had the wrong date on it. So releasing some of the attachment to deadlines on this, not in a place of laziness or a place of like throwing in the towel. Like, no, you're going for it. Like I feel like I don't even have to do this disclaimer for the people in this community because I know how much you're going for it. But if it doesn't happen by that exact date, a lot of times it's tempting to say it wasn't meant to happen. That's not it. That's not how it works at all. It just means you needed a slightly longer deadline. Or not even deadline, a slightly longer target date on it, right? Your job is to stay in alignment with the type of person who already has that goal. And you do that by controlling your thoughts and your feelings, and then taking that aligned action towards the goal. And when we approach it that way, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes things will actually happen faster for you than you anticipated. So those are your 3 keys for goal setting, successful goal setting and achieving in third quarter. And I also want to invite you, if you've made it this far in the video and you haven't yet signed up for our challenge, our Skyrocket Your Sales Challenge, go ahead and get yourself signed up. It's one thing that we have not been usually taught as women that will unlock everything for us in sales. And so it's the biggest thing that's transformed my life after 20 years in sales. And it's the one thing that like I didn't find out until 20 years in that I wish I knew starting off. So join the challenge, ElyseArcher.com/challenge. Get an accountability partner to join with you to do it as well. And I want to really support you in making third quarter your best yet ever of your life. So get yourself registered, ElyseArcher.com/challenge. Thank you so much for being part of this community. I'm grateful for you. I love you. And go out there and set and achieve those Q3 goals, my friend. Have a great day. Talk soon.